Almost all children have a primary doctor, such as a pediatrician, who provides critical information to help parents make decisions about vaccines.
Interestingly, though, a new poll from Mott Children's Hospital finds a significant number of parents have not talked to their child's doctor about vaccines over these past 2 years. Dr. Frank McGeorge here to tell us why that's of concern. Doc?
Well, you know, Kim and Devin, 1 in 7, that's how many parents are not asking about vaccines for their kids. That's a number that really should be 0. Now, what's even more concerning is that 3% of parents are even skipping taking their children to the doctor to avoid talking about vaccines.
When you think about 3% of all the families across America, that is a lot of kids. We're concerned about that because when parents choose to skip healthcare visits, kids are not getting those screenings for medical conditions or mental health concerns.
Even when parents do bring their children to the doctor, there's still a problem, says Sarah Clark, co-director of the Mott poll on children's health.
And what we found in this Mott poll report is that discussions about vaccines seem to be decreasing.
When parents did discuss vaccine, as might be expected, 82% of the time it was focused on vaccines needed for school. The flu vaccine and COVID vaccines were discussed less often, at 68 and 57% respectively. It's a trend we really want to reverse.
Over 70% of parents who talked about flu or COVID vaccine thought that the provider gave them information that was helpful in making the decision about whether to vaccinate their child. So parents shouldn't feel afraid of raising these conversations. Having discussions with the child's regular doctor is really important because parents don't always know what the most recent vaccine recommendations are.
Now, another challenge to getting children fully vaccinated that the poll identified is some doctors' offices actually don't have all the vaccines in stock, meaning parents often have to go to a different location or make a different appointment. Now, parents need to be persistent, but frankly, offices really should correct that problem as well.
So did the study say anything about why parents aren't discussing vaccines with their child's doctor?
Well, you know, in some cases, it's actually because the parent just isn't necessarily interested in vaccinating their child at all. But in other cases, parents were actually worried that they would be a bother to their doctor. But that's not really something that you should be concerned about. Yeah. So
that's
don't
what they're
worry
there
about
for.
it. Exactly.
Yeah.
Talk to your doctor about vaccines.
Interesting. All right. Thanks, Doc.